Welcome to the Munch Club, where I, Nyasha, get twisted up with food and culture. Make sure you're subscribing, following on all the socials, because this year is going to be an absolute mad thing. It's going to be nice. Check it out. Stay tuned. All of that. Now, as you know, I love food. I want to showcase it in a super special way. So, what we're going to do each episode is we're going to create an absolutely pang out menu for a group of people that I admire. This evening, I've got 6 extraordinary women, which means I need to have an extraordinary menu. It's going to be lit! To start, we've got pan-fried scallops with a garlic and herb ciabatta crust. The main is going to be a gorgeous bit of oven roasted cod fillet. These are going to go with fresh mussels and a garlic, white wine and tomato sauce. To finish, a lovely peach Bellini granita. Alrighty then, I'm off to my local fishmonger to get some high quality fish for my seafood menu. Don't we have some absolutely nang guests coming on today? We've got Chidera, aka the Slumflower, aka Queen of the Saggy Boobs movement. Shantae Joseph, ex-student, now a graduate, absolutely killing it. Stephanie Yaboa, painting plus size blogger, great personality. We've also got Benjamina, Queen of the Bake Off. Alongside Selassie, she was ripping it up, she got to the quarterfinals. Sophia Tassiu, creative director, artist, have been to her exhibition before last summer, it was absolutely nang. Last but not least, Toby, who is working in theatre, and she does all this amazing work helping disadvantaged kids get to shows. Oh, what a lineup, what a meal, cheese, come on. Time for the aperitivo, which in Italian means before the meal. So we had this, you guessed it, before the meal. Thank you very much. Even though we need food to survive, each and every one of us has a different relationship with how we eat. I wanted to explore this with my guests.
I don't know, I feel like I really love food, but I think also like I like comfort eat a lot and stuff like that, and like it used to be worse when I was younger, so I feel like my relationship with food has always been like this seesaw. It's never been like in the middle, it's always been like, oh, okay, this is good, or no, this is really bad.
I guess when I kind of hit secondary school, it kind of became a bit disordered, where I would sort of do like a lot of like emotional eating and stuff like that due to being bullied. So sort of around the age of like 11 to 16, it was just like a bit all over the place. I think overall it's definitely been quite positive. And I think I'm quite probably lucky to say that, considering like women in general tend to have not the best relationship with food, especially in their teenage years. But I think being taught how to cook from a young age and being kind of just in the kitchen watching definitely helped develop that. Like, food is good, like food can be fun, food can be creative, and
it's amazing how your kitchen can become a magnet for everything good, be that people, tastes, even emotions. So when I was over in Italy, I had the most banging scallops I've ever had, and I just had to make sure that I created them for my guests tonight. Isn't it interesting that you can have one food or meal that can absolutely turn your day around? I wanted to find out what that was for each of my guests.
Do you know what, so like whenever I'm feeling like really down, or like if I'm like spending the day at home doing nothing, I'll try to make a lasagna.
Nice.
Because I feel like it's quite easy to make,
Yeah.
but also there's like a lot that goes into it in terms of like flavour and
For
taste.
sure.
Would be ice cream.
Me too.
Ice cream is
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
like my go-to
Yeah.
sadness, and it's kind
Yeah.
of like cliche or cheesy, but it actually does work.
It does, doesn't
It's
it?
a real thing.
Yeah.
Definitely a roast dinner, like a Sunday roast. Like leg of lamb,
Yeah.
roast potatoes in goose fat, as always. Like stuffing, Yorkshire puddings, gravy.
Everything.
All the trimmings.
Everything.
Christmas Day. Christmas dinner, basically.
I love treating myself to really unhealthy treats, like red velvet cake with thick cream on top.
After a really stressful exam,
Yeah.
having delicious food makes me feel so good.
It's good, isn't it? I always say that, like, no matter what happens in your day, if you can have some good food at the end of it, it's like a small win.
Yeah.
And it's like you can kind of go from there. Like, no matter what happens, have this lovely food, and then regroup, and we'll go again.
A jacket potato, just
Oof.
a good old jacket
Good old
potato.
jacket. What are you having on
with,
top?
With tuna and tomatoes. Just because I have such a good recipe that my mum taught
Okay,
me. I don't
nice.
tell anyone what it is because it's my
right.
secret
Okay.
recipe.
That's fine.
But it's like world renowned. Like everyone always asks me what
Yeah.
it is. I'm just like, you don't need to know. It's
How
my
much for the recipe?
Oh, I'll tell you, but I have to kill you. It's priceless.
I'll take it. In this intricate cod dish, all of the different components of the meal combine to make something light in density but heavy on flavour. Describe like your favourite thing about your food heritage.
We love seasoning our food. We love using spice, specifically pepper.
Yeah.
I was raised eating pepper, so I just got a high tolerance for flames, any sort.
Yeah, okay.
I can just take pain.
You can,
It makes you a stronger person. Nigerian food has made me a very strong person. It's
Yeah.
made my taste buds quite resilient.
yeah.
But I
For
also
sure.
enjoy the fact that the food is so broad in
For sure.
flavors. You have the sugary side. We've got puff puff,
Yeah, yeah.
which is like donuts.
Yeah, I know,
I
it's
guess,
like little
donut
balls of like,
yeah.
yeah.
Then we have like a goosey soup where it's like super, textured, but it's spicy. You've got
I love
jollof
it.
rice.
I think West African food is
It's where it's
the best.
at.
It's that. It's for me. It's probably. I think it's top 3 in the world. Right. I need to crack on with this main. Your veg acts as a base. Sit your fish on top of it before drowning it in the mussels. Top with sprigs of dill to finish. You're a busy person.
Yeah.
How does your schedule impact on how you eat? Does it have an impact?
Heavily.
Yeah.
Heavily impacts. I think more financially,
Oh,
just
right,
because
yeah.
I always find myself takeaways
Eating
or just
out,
going to
yeah.
to the nearest restaurant. And because I work in Central, you're just surrounded by
Yeah.
restaurants that will cost you
There's
$2.50
no
for
cheap
water.
options, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
so I think it would be my pockets more than anything,
Yeah.
and just missing out on a really good home cooked meal.
I know you're a busy person. How has your relationship with food kind of been within all of that at uni? Because it's quite interesting.
I think it was quite it was what was convenient, and also because
Yeah.
you're broke, you can't go out and buy food
No,
all the time, so you need
for
to
sure.
make stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it was a lot about having pasta
Yeah.
and rice dishes
For sure.
and meats and blah blah
Yeah.
consistently, and meal prep. So basically making food for the entire week.
So that you can come back.
Exactly,
and
so
just eat.
I don't have to
Yeah.
cook food in the middle of the week. I can
For
just
sure.
defrost, all that kind of stuff. And I followed your pasta recipe. In fact, you sent me
Nice,
one on
I
Twitter
did,
that I
yeah.
was using at uni
I'm glad-
to survive.
Mate, I'm glad I've kept you alive.
You did. You kept me alive at uni. If it wasn't for
Thank
you, I don't know if I'd be here
Look,
today.
and I feel like we've
I'd
come.
be skin and bones.
Look, and here we are eating cod. So very
Innit? Bougie.
The guests seem to be enjoying themselves. I've got a sick little dessert to give to them as well.
I'm ready.
You ready for it this time, yeah? Right, cool.
Yes. Come on. Oh, word.
Oh my god.
So what you've got here is a peach Bellini granita, which is essentially peaches and prosecco frozen. If you had to describe the meal tonight in one word, what would that word be?
Bodacious.
Needed.
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It was so good.
Summer. Like it's just, it was fresh.
Yeah.
It was bright. It was really light. It wasn't like heavy.
Yeah.
Sensitive. It was sensitive. Like the fish was really soft.
Yeah.
And the scallops are really nice and like bouncy.
Yeah.
And everything just felt really easy to eat.
No.
Oh,
Wow.
Beyonce.
There you go. That's it. Cut. Done. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Chantal. Really appreciate it.
Having
Thank
me,
you.
I really enjoyed it.
Hey, thank you for coming. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers. Yes, 4 courses, 6 amazing women. Can't believe that's all done. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're tuned in for next time because it's gonna go down. Subscribe to the channel, Munch TV. We're out here. Come on, Jay. Good night. We're done. Please, cut it.